You are live.
Welcome to the 6th episode of Sketchbook Heroes.
Yeah!
Yeah!
All right. Welcome, everyone. Today we have our first Sketchbook Heroes intern.
The first ever special super guest.
Yes, maybe the last intern and the first intern.
No. He's going to inspire everybody to come and join us.
So,
do you want to introduce yourself?
introduce yourself.
My name is Sofia, and I'm 14 years old.
Robert's
Hello,
at
Sofia.
12.
Welcome. Yeah, I did. Well, this is what happens when you don't meet your niece that often.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry. But yes, this is the Sofia that I mentioned in episode 1. And so she's here. I forced her to come because she is my little Padawan this week.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, she follows you to the tattoo studio, right?
Yes, so she's doing a little internship with...
All week?
Yeah, the whole week.
Week.
So, yeah, I thought I would scare her like crazy the first day and make her never come back.
Yay! Okay,
So,
more on that after the intro.
After the intro, yes.
Artists of the world unite. Step out of your comfort zone into the danger zone.
They loved 80s cartoons. Even with beards and tattoos, you know they haven't changed at all. Filling sketchbooks every night, getting better with each line. Sketchbook Heroes, imagination burning. Sketchbook Heroes, Sketchbook Heroes, pick up the Sketchbook Heroes. They don't seem to have any line.
Okay, so we're back.
Back again.
And today we'll be talking about what, Sofia?
Portfolio, a Greek word.
Portfolio.
Portfolio.
We'll be talking portfolios today.
Yes.
And not wallets, that portfolio means.
But
it is sort of
Yes.
let's not even try to
No.
save that. No.
No.
No. There's a bad joke there somewhere right
The
now.
Greeks were wrong.
So,
So,
what does your portfolio look like, Sofia?
I don't have one.
what?
No.
And you're how old? 14? No.
Come
portfolio?
on!
What's wrong with you?
I'm not 12.
Ouch. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All I have to say is I'm not 12,
Nice.
asshole.
Good comeback. But yeah, so how are you enjoying the tattoo studio?
It's fun.
Yeah?
I've been drawing all day.
I forced her. I
that
forced
is
her to
really
draw.
good. What are you drawing?
Roses.
Oh, he's put you on roses. Like
Yeah.
the classic, like real ones, or the tattoo, like old school sort of?
The old school.
Sweet. I love that I knew that. That's all I know.
She's pretty much better than me already.
Yay! New generation.
Yeah. So
When she's
normally-
17, sorry for that. It's my necklace.
What, 17? What is
No.
it?
I said like when she turns 17, she'll be.
Yeah, she's
know that-
taking over the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like, oh, she's 17, motherfucker.
Yes, so that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to break her down to force her to quit because she's way too good. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, sorry about that, Sophia.
And if Robert sounds a bit far away, they're sharing a mic.
Yeah.
Just so everyone knows.
I don't want cooties.
Yeah, he's like, girls, no! In the Sketchbook Heroes podcast.
But yeah, no, Sophia doesn't have a lot of time. So, yeah. Do you have anything you want to say, Sophia?
Not really.
Of course you do, dear art world.
Yes.
I need job.
Yeah, actually I do.
There you go. 14
Yeah.
years old. Anybody looking for an amazing artist out there? Yeah. Reach out. Sketchbookheroes.com or Sophia's Instagram.
Soflitas.
Sophilias. No?
Soflitas.
So fleet us.
Soflias. Soflitas. Yes. Yeah. Sorry, I'm stumped.
I totally forgot to check our schedule.
Yes.
So today we are
Portfolio.
going to talk about Robert's washing machine.
Oh, really? Are
And-
we doing the washing machine?
Yes, it is actually fixed.
Yeah, man. Spoiler alert. Yes.
Tell us more.
Like, this is the most retarded thing ever, but yeah. So everybody knows the whole epic journey of my washing machine that broke, and then I got a new one, and that broke. And then they came to look at it, and they couldn't fix it. They were gonna change and blah 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 blah. After like the umpteenth time they came to fix it, he opens up the machine and he looks in like the water pump.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in like the hallway, and the bathroom is right there. So I'm sitting there like sketching, and the guy just reaches out his hand from the door, and he's like, "What's this?" And he holds out a little like sticker
Oh, that you didn't remove?
that, and oh
Yeah, that you have to remove those.
no, but this
Or
is
is it-
this is something else. This is like my colleague Stina. She just started working in the tattoo studio a couple of months ago, and like pretty much the first week, she was pimping out her like bag with these sort of stickers.
Okay,
And
yeah.
I got this really awesome, not awesome at all, skull sticker that she just put on my t-shirt. Mm-hmm. And guess what was in the fucking washing machine? So yeah.
That thing.
So yeah, thank you, Stina.
It was all her fault.
Yeah, so the machine wasn't broken at all. Apparently this thing, like the pump that they checked, that's the first thing they're supposed to check.
Oh.
It's like when you call to like your computers, you got some, you know, they tell you, have you tried restarting it? This is the same thing, but with washing machines.
Okay.
So these fucking morons, sorry, they're really nice guys, but
They're not
seriously,
anymore.
Seriously,
They're not anymore.
if it's the first thing you're supposed to check, why did it take over a month to... I didn't even have to fix my machine. It was fixed. It wasn't even broken. Like, oh man. Do you understand? Do you understand how fucking frustrating this is? It's a week out of my life that I had to take
I
off
thought
from
I was
work.
supposed to be happy on this episode.
But yeah, no. I am super happy. I've been washing all weekend. It's amazing. Yes. So now I'm starting to get clean clothes.
Yay!
But then obviously I'm washing my girlfriend's stuff now, so she scolded me like nothing else yesterday. It's like, you can't put this together with this. Are you crazy? So now I'm not washing anymore.
Yay! and that's
to
how
tie-
you
yeah.
just do a poor job and you won't have to do it.
Exactly. That's what my tattoo master told me too. He's like,
No,
yeah, just
general.
yeah, you just sort of put the red shirt with all the white stuff, you know, 1 or 2 times, and then you don't have to do it anymore.
Nice.
So yeah, but it is a happy ending. Like the washing machine works now, good times, and to tie it all into art, yeah, fuck you, fucking fucks, washing machine people. There you go.
Yeah, so now
Sorry
we
for all
don't
the
hate
fucks.
the machine anymore. We hate the people,
Yeah.
apparently.
We're
That we
back
didn't
to,
hate last week.
We're back to hating the people. Full circle. Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
And now to the thing you all wanted to sort of hear today, I guess. The giveaway!
Woo!
And since we have a special guest today,
Yes.
we're gonna let her read up the
Winner. The wiener.
And actually, we've chosen 3, but we're only going to announce 1 because we only have 1 sketchbook.
Yeah.
And Sofia's going to read the giveaway winner.
So, the winner is Pumpkin!
Pumpkins! Woo! Pumpkins, you're going to get
An amazing sense book, sketchbook,
and a pair of Copic thingies.
Copic, and the liner thingy.
Also, we'll contact you on the instant messaging thingy-majig.
DM, direct message, right?
Yes, direct
Yes.
message.
We'll
Okay.
message you.
We'll
That's
message
what
you.
we're saying.
Yeah.
So congrats.
Pumpkins.
Congrats.
So,
And-
if you hate us for this, it's Sofia's fault.
Yeah.
She chose the winner.
Yes.
Sorry.
That's why we have an intern, so she can do all the, like, terrible choices.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining again. I can't tell you how much I love you guys for it. Like, the participation has drained my phone battery for days.
Yeah.
Like, since last Thursday or whenever the hell we posted it.
Yeah.
Like, my phone has been dying because you guys are, like, tagging each other and doing terrible things to my Instagram.
So-
Okay, so we're moving on to questions.
Are we doing questions or are we letting her go? 'Cause-
Oh,
Yeah.
we'll do questions after.
Yes.
So, our intern is now
Leaving.
leaving. So, any last words?
Um,
Check out Sketchbook Heroes.
the This was fun.
So modest.
Yes.
She had more than fun. It was amazing. She loved it.
Yes, it was the best time of her life.
Yeah, she's gonna
Yeah.
talk about this to all her friends.
It's the peak of her life. Nothing's
True.
ever gonna
Be
top
this good again,
No,
yeah.
ever.
We're really sorry for scarring you,
Yes.
but life won't get better than this.
Enjoy the happy colors while they last.
Sketchbook Hero salutes you.
Yeah. But thank you, Sofia.
For joining.
Thank you.
I'm gonna kick your ass tomorrow with more sketching stuff.
Yay! And please post on Sketchbook Hero, Sophia.
Yes.
We
Okay.
need to see it.
Yes, we need to see your stuffs.
Yeah, you can't
Or
just
they
draw
need to
rows
see
or
I
your
stuff.
will.
Yeah, so we'll post them together with our stuff.
Country roads
To
to a place.
you belong.
There's Sophia.
All right, that was beautiful.
Yes. Best outro ever.
And we're back.
Yeah, goodbye, Sophia. Thank you for
Goodbye.
today.
Yeah, awesome to have a guest on.
Very, very fun.
We just need to sort of have a third mic for that in the future.
Yeah. Cooties.
Yeah, because cooties.
Because
We only have it with female guests.
Yes.
Just keep them away from us. Them cooties. Cooties. Not goonies. Okay. So we did get some questions. And let's see. Do you need to have... Oh, by the way, name first. Oblivious and totally aware asks.
Epic name.
Yes. Do you need to have digital work in your portfolio nowadays?
Well, it depends on what you're wanting to do.
Exactly my first thought.
Yeah.
Like, it all depends on the job you're applying for. Like, if you're going to do, like, illustrations for a magazine, most likely you won't need it. Because they probably want, like, a... Depending on the magazine, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about, you know, the magazines that sort of have, like, hand-illustrated sort of feel to it. Because magazines, at least in Sweden, the ones that are left... they have a certain look, or, you know, like, depending on the magazine.
Yeah.
And it's usually traditional over digital.
Yeah,
Because-
that's true.
But it all depends
yeah.
on the job. Like, if you're trying to apply for a game artist position, then they won't probably...
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's a nice sketch.
Exactly. It sort of answers itself, I think. Yeah. So, yeah. What do you want to work with? Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. And this is one that is not aimed to portfolios, but it's like, what was your biggest struggle as an artist in the beginning? I don't know who they're aiming this for, but I'm guessing it was one of us. But we can sort of like, what was your biggest struggle?
My biggest struggle?
It was as an artist in the beginning. Like, what was your main struggle?
It's I don't know if I've really had a big major struggle,
No.
really.
What I've had a problem with is that I wasn't good enough. I thought I was, like, you know, like how you are in the beginning. You think you're good enough, sort of, but you're not. And you're like, oh, why aren't they replying or something?
Yeah.
And then you just look back and you're like, I wasn't good enough. And I didn't sort of realize it.
I wouldn't really call that a problem.
No,
But
but
yeah,
it is that
it's
you don't know about it. Like, you think you're good enough for it. You sort of expect people to, like, catch on.
It's like
come
yeah,
on.
reality caught up,
Yeah,
you know,
reality caught up. Yeah.
in Art Station.
Okay, so this is another one. Nick Shine _ says, good topic. How many pieces and how long should your portfolio be? Like, how many pieces should there be in your portfolio, I'm guessing?
Again,
And wait, and do you think it's okay to have a diverse range of work in it? That is his second question, but we can sort of answer them in one, I think.
yeah. I think, well, the second question, yes. I think it's always good to show diversity. Again, it depends on what you're sort of applying for.
Yeah.
But I think it's always a little bit of a plus showing some other stuff.
I think so too, but I think that you should separate that part so it doesn't clutter your main sort of like, this is the job,
Absolutely.
this is what they
Yeah.
want to see.
Yeah. So have it categorized. If you have a digital
exactly.
portfolio, then you have
Like
the digital stuff and then maybe sketches as a sub
as a subcategory.
Yeah, category,
like
exactly.
if they want and have time, they can check like, oh shit, I love this stuff.
Yeah.
I want to just see more.
Exactly, because
So
that's
definitely.
a good sort of window into how you create, from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
And pieces, how many pieces? Well, not more than 100.
No, I would totally keep it like if there are several pieces. Your portfolio is pretty much only as good as your best piece.
Yeah.
Or your worst piece, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. This is one of the hardest things. I
Yeah.
think choosing
Choosing
images
the right
for the
pieces.
portfolios.
Yeah. And
Oh man,
because it's easy. Like something I see very often is that there's a lot of the same like repetition. Like I don't need to see 45 forests, you
Yeah.
know, like or knights with swords, and
Yeah.
like a long mane. Okay, so next one.
But how many pieces? If you have to say a number,
I wouldn't say a number. I would totally, depending on what
More
type
than
of
5.
company. Oh, definitely more
Yeah.
than 5. Yeah, but the thing is, I think depending on the company. Like some companies have more, like let's say there's a gaming company, and if you're not hired as if you're hired as a generalist, I would say have more pieces. Like you can have some vehicles, you could have some UI, you could have some blah blah blah. Like show your diversity, sort of like choose a main one. Like I'm really good at characters, but I can do cars, and I think we've touched up on this as well before.
I was just gonna say.
But just have like this is what I'm really good at. This is how I do vehicles. This is how I do backgrounds, and just like you'll probably need it.
Show how well rounded you are.
Yeah, within
That
the interest
area.
of the client. Yeah. So, and then we have when you like add graphics with an X, asks when you put a portfolio together, do you have a concept in mind? Are you looking to showcase a range or specific type of skill set? I think this applies more to graphic design.
Yeah.
When I've seen the few portfolios that I've actually seen, because I don't work with that at all, but I think graphic designers make the most creative sort of portfolios because they sort of like they do something fun with it,
Exactly.
and I think it fits well with what they do. I've never needed to hire a graphic designer myself, but I think that you should stand out. Like it's more fun to get like a creative one. We got like a paper diorama sort of picture book to King. Like when
Really?
I started
Cool.
working here, like not started, but I'd been like in like 1.5 years, and then we got a portfolio that was like a paper book, that you could like. The person didn't get the job, but it was very like we prioritized that portfolio for a while, just like sort of.
Because it was so creative.
It was creative, and it actually the only problem was that I think it was traditional, like mainly.
Oh,
so
okay.
but we
Yeah.
did look at it, and then like.
But that
talked
says a
amongst-
lot. If you
Yeah.
keep a traditional portfolio for that long a period,
Yeah.
if you're only looking for digital artists, pretty much, then
Yeah.
that says a lot. So yeah, be creative. Like to answer the question a little bit more, I guess. Yeah, again, like we're gonna tie back to it all the time, but it depends on what you're applying for. If it's just a random thing that you're gonna send out to 15 different employers,
Yeah.
then you do one look. But if you are applying to King, for example, then you aim it towards King and make it playful and colorful and
I think so. But I think it's important to have like you should always aim it. Like always aim it.
and make
'Cause-
it personal in a way.
Yeah. I think any
you can.
like general portfolios they shine through
Yeah,
because
because my portfolio is boring as shit. Like I
don't-
wouldn't even look at my
I
portfolio.
don't even have one now. I've been
Yeah.
here for like almost 5 years,
I
You
don't
know,
even know when I put in some new images.
so
in
I
mine.
haven't touched mine in 4 years. So
Yeah. Why are we doing this topic again?
no, but I haven't updated, and I'm not planning on switching anytime soon.
No.
But if I do, I will sort of plan it depending on where I sort of want to work.
Yeah.
Right now, I don't have to. Like people are reaching out on LinkedIn and stuff like that.
You have the momentum going.
Yeah, I have some momentum going, so I don't really need to showcase anything right now. People are finding my work through social media somehow.
You're so famous.
Yes, very, very famous. And, oh yeah, shit. I hope people can make us out. So
I'm Ilias.
and I'm Robert. Oh, super sorry. I'm Ilias.
I'm Robert. Hello,
Yes.
Sketchbook Heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heroes, whoop.
Woohoo.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is another one. I guess this is what's the best way to it's sorry, super messy.
Is that her name?
Dom Kaiser.
Dom Kaiser.
Dom Kaiser.
Kaiser Soze.
What's the best way to save your work digitally so you can always have your access to your portfolio? Specifically canvases or bigger artwork. I've been advised to take photos of the work, but I'd rather scan it. What are the benefits and drawbacks of pictures and scanning work?
Well, it depends on if you have a good scanner
And a good, like, yeah.
Because I've dealt with this problem a lot of times, because that's why I primarily draw on A4 paper. Because when I do, like, for instance, the latest one I did, the Suicide Squad poster that I wanted to,
Ginormous one?
yeah, that I wanted to make into a poster.
Yeah.
I drew it on an A4 paper because I knew I wasn't going to be able to scan it, because I don't know anybody that has an A3 scanner or bigger. And yeah, I just wanted to make it into a print. So I had to do it on an A4.
Yeah.
My Star Wars poster is on an A3, and I had to photograph it to make it into a print.
But I think if you have access to like a photographer that knows about this stuff, it's super handy. Yeah, just go for it.
And that's actually, I think it might even turn out better than scanning it sometimes.
If they're so, good depending on the...
If they can light it properly.
Yeah, I think so too. Like you can get
really high resolution stuff.
Yeah.
My friend who is an artist does it. He always photographs his stuff. Always.
And I think you can get that, like,
shout
if
out.
you get like daylight, you can get that vibrancy in the colors that like you can't get with my sketchbook. If you just scan it, it's not the same.
Yeah.
It's nice when the sun sort of hits the page and makes the colors pop a bit.
Yeah.
But otherwise, there are like places where you can sort of go to scan your work. But the quality, I guess, varies. You'd have to like sort of talk to some artists that can recommend you a place like, oh, this. Actually, what do you call those places?
The scanning place or the...
Yeah. You know, like you can order prints and stuff from them, and it's...
Yeah, the place that I go to, they don't do shit. Like, I'm not going to shout them out because, well, they do pretty good prints, but they're really limited. They don't do any scanning. They don't do any... what do you call those?
Framing?
Framing. Not anything. They don't do anything.
Okay.
So you have to fix everything. You have to put borders on your PDFs. It has to be in a certain file, everything. So no shout out there.
Yeah, but
there are other places where you can get stuff printed that also have access to big scanners. I'm just a lazy guy, so I haven't really researched enough places. But I think just Google. I think you could probably find it in your city.
Yeah.
There should be one in every city.
Yeah. So next question, Miss Ninja Cookie, best name.
Awesome.
So she asks,
I would like a ninja cookie.
do you think all artwork in a portfolio should be self-explanatory? Or should you add like a title and maybe materials used? Or do you think it makes sense and to add like a little description with your work, inspiration?
I wouldn't say that's necessary.
I think it depends on still like client, like, oh, I did this for this company.
Yeah, that's
for this sort of like for this campaign or something. I think that's good.
But not having to explain how or tools used and stuff.
No, I don't think you have to say tools unless you're applying to a job where they ask for specific tools. Then you like if you're doing 3D work, you might want to say like how many polygons you use then blah 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 on a certain piece.
3ds Max or
I think it's good like to state your tools.
Yeah, but normally you have all of this information in your CV, like the text.
Yeah,
stuff.
definitely. But I think it's good to sort of specify if it is needed.
Yeah, but mostly, I mean, if you sent something to us, we would probably see what sort of tools you did use for the certain stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe not the traditional stuff. I might not be able to see if you used oils or acrylics on a certain piece, but that's not really necessary. But we could see if it was digital or not. And if it's digital, then it's probably Photoshop or some other
there
Photoshop.
There are tons now. No, but now there are tons of applications. But
I mean, if you can draw well, then that's the main focus. You know?
No, I think it still depends. Like, all depends on the client, what they want, and how they work. Like, if you're going to do like illustrations for a company, that's all they want. It doesn't really matter if it's Photoshop.
No.
Oh shit, my brain just lost every application in the world.
Yeah.
Jeebus.
Paint.
Yeah, Painter, but the Clip Studio and all the others.
Manga Studio.
Mischief, you know, like
yeah.
there's tons of them. But what I mean is that
Sketchbook.
that doesn't matter. Yeah. That doesn't matter when you're just doing like illustrations, you know, or like just separate pieces for some. But if you're working in-house, then it might matter.
Yeah, then
just
you
to keep
need to
the
know.
sort of environment like Photoshop-y or, you know, whatever.
Or Illustrator or yeah.
Illustrator or whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
So, that concludes our questions and super much blah blah blah.
Super much thank you.
Super much thank you.
Yes.
Swedish brain just went kaput. Okay, so moving on
Moving on.
to the main topic. The main event.
Sorry.
I don't know. And now we talk about portfolios.
Yeah.
So, the first thing is just to have like a goddamn internet presence.
Of
That
course.
we mentioned last time.
Yes. Social media. Check
Yeah.
out episode 5.
Whoa! Art and social media.
Booyah.
Booyah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stop. I need to stop. We do that all the time. We repeat each other.
No.
It's like,
No wonder people can't tell us apart.
Yeah. So,
Online
People?
presence. Yes.
online presence. You need to have it because it really does help with sort of like letting people know who you are. It gets a bit more personal than a portfolio. So if people are like, they might start at like, oh, they start at your portfolio sort of, or like your social media profiles, and they're like, oh, we want that guy.
Yeah.
Maybe he could send in a portfolio or something, you know, like
Yes,
a,
exactly. Or the opposite.
yeah, or the opposite.
Because and that's also a good thing to include that you should probably have your links to social media on.
Oh,
your portfolio.
I think you should definitely have it. I think it's fun to check people out.
Yeah.
And also it acts indirectly like a general portfolio. Like, oh, this person does some digital, he does some traditional, he's also painting, you know, like
Live.
yeah,
nudes.
yeah. Like, or you can see stuff that you wouldn't see in a portfolio, like they're doing life drawing, or they're, you know, like you see
They
that
got
they're
dog selfies. Yeah.
Yay. No, but I mean that people are really spending time sort of improving in their craft, and I think that's fun to see.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I think like one of the most important things and one of the most annoying things is when you're sort of like you find a great artist and you can't find like contact info anywhere. You just like you press through their goddamn website or something and you just can't. And then you know what I do? I just
stop.
Yeah. There is no time to search for everyone's goddamn contact. Just put them at the top, have hello@sketchbookheroes.com.
Exactly.
And then we get all the jobs.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. No, just put your contact info like way at the top.
Yeah.
Because it shouldn't be like an adventure to find the missing contact info.
Because if you don't have your information at the top, you don't want to be contacted. That's what I see.
Make it easy for the person that's looking through your stuff to sort of contact you. So have your email. You don't have to put your phone out because that shit gets weird fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that's one important one.
Very much.
And then one more that sort of ties into that is keep your website simple, please. Don't have awesome animations because they get really tiresome after the first, you know, like time they play.
Yeah.
And you have to, like, if you're on a bad connection or you just need like quick access and you're in a bad spot.
Exactly. Easy access, I guess.
Yeah, like use
Not more than 2 clicks. Or
exactly.
Not even that.
Don't have an intro page and then you go into the intro page, you get a bio page and then you click through that and you have like 14 portfolios or categories.
Yeah.
Just fucking make it simple.
Yeah.
A Tumblr will do if you find a good theme that is like super simple. You want that overview, preferably you don't click on an image and then you have to like backspace away to like there should be navigation that makes it easy to sort of get to the next image or something, you know.
Yeah.
Because some websites they just like they give you the image and then all the interface sort of disappears, you know, like super annoying.
Yeah.
So keep it simple and friendly to the user. And then don't just send out, like we mentioned before, like one portfolio to all of us.
No.
Because it really does show. Like, King doesn't do... Like, when you apply for a job at King, for example, go in and find what type of games King, like, sort of does. Like, or makes.
Yeah, research.
Yeah, do some research about the company you're applying for. Doesn't matter if it's King, doesn't matter if it's Adam Hawk that does like game art and any studio, no matter what. Do some research, what type of art they're looking for, what type of artists they're looking for. And specialize your portfolio or see if you're even a fit for it.
Yeah.
And if you want to work there and you're not a fit, you learn. You know, like you make a plan like we talked about in advancing, and then you sort of apply. But keep it like aimed to the client, okay? So King does cutesy games for grown-ups. So that's probably what you should do. Take Candy Crush, take Bubble Witch. Do stuff within that sort of span.
Yeah. Make
Like-
your own stuff for that.
The thing is, yeah. Like, do 80% in your portfolio, like, aimed to what King does.
Yeah.
And then show some
Like your
smaller
favorites.
part of what maybe projects that you sort of worked on that are related in, like, gaming business.
Yeah.
Or maybe, like, you worked on other phone games, like iOS games. Then that is like, okay, you can do our style and you've worked on a game, you know, like that is not similar to our games, but you've still been in that sort of...
You still have experience in the field.
Yeah. For making iOS games, for example.
That would be a great plus.
And that would be awesome, yeah. Don't send me like generic sort of night with like gradient flames staring into nothing. Because that doesn't tell me that you can do our job. The reality is that if you're applying for a job, you need to show the people that you can do that job. Like, it doesn't matter if you can do fancy schmancy things, you know.
Super realistic portraits.
No. Yeah, exactly. You need to... you really need to be specific.
Yeah.
Because the client will see a lot of work. And you'll probably want the guy that sort of can get those... Like, the results that the company sort of, like, you know.
Yeah, of course. That's what every employer looks for.
Yeah.
Somebody to keep growing the company, but still maintaining the identity
Of their games or whatever, yeah. So don't waste people's time. Just do some research. I think it'll be good for both you and the employer, actually. No matter the company.
Yeah.
Like, find a website that can let you have several portfolios, maybe. Like Tumblr, not the best site, but it does offer you sort of like to create multiple accounts. And then you can give them all specific addresses. So you could call them, like if you find a good theme, there's tons to choose from. But even some of the free ones are really good, like simple.
Do you know if the DeviantArt one is still free?
I think it is. I
Yeah.
don't know. I haven't really checked since my subscription ran out.
Because that's the one I use now. Or use. It's the one I still have open.
I have it as well. I don't know if it
But yeah,
works. I
so-
haven't checked.
If you have a DeviantArt account, at least back in the day when we did this, you had the opportunity, or you could create your own portfolio
You could
from
create
that.
several, right? Or could you just create one?
No, yeah, you could do multiple.
I don't remember.
It's super easy. Like that's pretty
I
much
think
what we
that
talk
one, yeah,
about.
that one is super simple, and I think that's enough.
Yeah,
'Cause
you
it
have an
doesn't-
opening page. You get to choose one big image to represent you. You have information, quick information, plus a downloadable CV button, and you make. I think you can make
Like, it's
3 or 4 categories.
I think it's 4, isn't it? Maybe I'm wrong. But who cares? The
Who cares?
categories
Yeah.
are super simple.
Yeah.
You get like one big image, and then you see all the smaller ones below.
Yeah.
And you can sort of like click your way through them. Super
you
simple,
want to.
If you want to, yeah.
Because you can customize the look and
Yeah,
feel.
yeah, but it's
like-
limited in the
yeah.
customization. But it is a very simple.
Yeah.
And don't worry about it. Like, as long as it's simple, it's gonna work.
Yeah,
As long as you have, like the right type of work.
exactly.
And
so that's why I'm still keeping it, because
yeah, I
it
haven't
was just
checked mine actually.
easy. Yeah,
But yeah, have a template for, let's say, depending on how versatile you are, but have one that is like a bit simpler 2D, like Bubble Witch, sort of, if you know the game, or
Yep.
any other like simpler graphics. You just like make something like that, and then you have a portfolio for more like concept art, you know, like where you've done like research, created characters, blah blah blah, a bit more advanced maybe, and then just specify, and then just make like 3 different portfolios, you know, and then you can just tweak them a little every time. Like, oh, this piece does not fit for this company. I'll just put this one in instead, and then you're done. And then you always have like if you need to send them quickly, like you notice the job is like.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that much. Like, you just have to switch a few pieces that you feel are outdated, and yeah, you're good to go.
And I wish I would have known that when I started.
Yes.
Because every time I had to apply for a job, seriously, it was just like, oh, well, fuck, here goes again. I need to create this and this and this and this and this, and I need to remake this portfolio and then make a PDF and an interactive PDF for this and this. It's just like a week's worth of work just to maybe not get a job.
Yeah. And I think it's good to have, like, you have the website sort of thing, but then you also have a downloadable version, you know, like, that they can sort of like, oh, I can download it to my phone and I can show my coworkers if I can get internet access.
Or
for
I want to print
some reason.
Yeah.
Or you want to print it or whatever. So having that option is awesome. But I think also one more thing that I actually wanted to sort of get out there was
Your penis.
Goddamn, everything is just elusive today. It's getting away from me. I had one more thing I sort of wanted to say. Yeah, if you're unsure about a certain piece in your portfolio, don't fucking put it in there.
Yeah. Keep it easy. Like, if you doubt something, remove it.
Yeah.
And this is like it was a real problem for me. I remember you looked at my portfolio, and that's the good thing again. Like, ask your friends.
Yeah, have a friend sort of review it. Yeah. Hopefully, a friend that's a bit
that can
honest.
answer you. Yeah, exactly. And Ilias is perfect that way because he is brutally honest when it comes to stuff like this. He is always my go-to guy when it comes to stuff like this.
Yeah, I'm really good at getting paid.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. So, like, get somebody to look at it, and yeah, for me, it was just like I had way too much stuff in there, and it was just so much unnecessary crap. I had 50 images showing the same thing, pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, I could just use these 3, and then that's it. Done. So, yeah, I think best tip, have somebody look at it.
Yeah, have a
and
friend sort of
take
review
a step back yourself and look at it.
If you have time, really take a step back and sort of...
Because it's really difficult to do this. For one, choosing images, because as we've said multiple times, we are the biggest critics to ourselves. And pretty much everything I create, I think, looks like crap after 5 minutes. So how do you choose
and also
crap from crap?
Yeah, and also usually time passes pretty quickly, and you get, like Robert says, your work quickly gets outdated. Like, you're really good today, but you weren't that good 6 months ago because something happened, you know, so some of those pieces need to disappear.
Exactly.
Like, the better you get, you sort of need to keep... So don't be the lazy person that doesn't want to update and just use old stuff.
Exactly.
Because it's going to show. Yeah. Like, once the time span has, like, let's say there's, like, 1 year between your first piece and your last piece, there might be, like, a significant difference, and people can get, like, unsure. Like, sometimes he's really good, and sometimes he just sucks.
Yeah, exactly.
And you don't want that uncertainty to sort of taint your portfolio. So don't be lazy. Do research. Adapt your portfolio. Like, oh, shit, I want to work for Lego. I should probably do some Lego. Like, I should probably do some designs for some Lego characters. They haven't asked for it. I'm just going to shove it in there. Send a general portfolio, but aimed still. It's general because they're not looking for people, maybe. Yeah. But you're sending it in, but you've still aimed it. And they're like, oh, this fucker just, like, made an awesome portfolio. Like, we'll put him in a special place.
And I'll talk about my recruitment process of the Lego, like when I went to the job interview and all this in a later episode.
Booyah.
Because it was really fun. Like, the whole experience was great. Yeah, it was like a roller coaster ride of happiness. It was great.
Nice. And yeah.
So look forward to that. if you hate this episode. So sorry. Yeah.
And I can also share my experience getting a job here as well. And I think we'll do that on the 10th episode.
Yeah.
So tune in for that one.
Number
And
10.
C. Other stuff. What do we have?
What do we have? So portfolio stuff. I
Do you
guess,
have anything else to sort of add? Like,
I
how do
think-
you apply? Like,
tattoo stuff. I think because I got a question. Sorry, I don't have my phone on me. From
I have one person that asked that
Yeah.
I can. She asked another question, or he
I'm pretty sure if it's a she, then I think she wrote a personal.
note to you as
Yeah.
well. Okay, cool. Because her name is the following: Dom Kaiser.
Yeah, so probably the same. Sorry, my memory is really bad. I have a lot of stuff in there.
So yeah, the question was like, what portfolio would be appropriate to bring to a studio?
Yeah. So I brought this up in the studio today. Just talked with the guys and a girl, and pretty much the consensus is to show the whole width of your range. So if you're going to become a tattoo artist, we want to know everything you can do, obviously. So here is sort of where it differs from applying to a company like King, for example, which is very niched. It has its own style and everything like this. If you're going to become a tattoo artist, then it's good to know that you're going to be able to handle maybe old school and realism and neo-traditional and, everything. Because that way, if you're applying to a shop, then you're going to probably be able to make a lot of money. So instead of just being somebody that you only draw realism, it's going to take you a while to learn it. And you're going to have to find customers that only want realism. And you might get one, one each week, or maybe you get 2 a year. You never know. So the more you can do, the easier it's going to be for you. And then obviously you're going to get niched further along. You're going to want to do this or the other. Sorry, I'm losing my breath. But yeah, so if you're going to apply for a tattoo shop, for one, you need to be confident that your stuff is good.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So the first thing I would do, or the first thing I did do, was look at stuff out there. Go to Instagram, check out other artists, see what they're doing tattoo-wise, all right? Not their drawings, what they're doing tattoo-wise. And then look at your drawings and say, okay, are my drawings as good as this guy's tattoo? If they are, okay, that's good. Then you can go to the next step. If your drawings are shit compared to this guy's tattoos, then you need to go back and practice.
Mm-hmm.
Because tattooing is not as easy as drawing. And I've touched on this before. We're going to touch on it further along. But yeah, that's my biggest tip to you.
Yeah.
And also find, good artists that inspire you. So it's always good to name drop different stuff, because tattoo artists love talking names and all this, we know each other and we're like, whoa, we're super happy family guys. Yeah. So yeah, study again, do your research. I think it's the most important key from this episode. So yeah. And then a big range, many things. I hope it helped.
And also, can I ask something?
Yes.
When you apply for like a studio, should you apply for a studio that sort of does what you want to do? Because all studios, like some do like the classic tattoos with the roses and the knives and the doves. I'm just thinking, because some just do that. I've seen like some when we were looking for tattoos for Maria.
Yeah.
Like they were so fucking specific. You're like, I don't want to go there. These guys just because the tattoo websites are garbage.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, tattoo artists are not very good at
And
websites.
Huckleberries is not an exception. It sucks. We haven't updated in 1.5 years or more.
Yeah. But, so it's hard to know. Sort of.
Yeah. No, but definitely, I think again the research. If you want to do a certain style. If you know that you want to do a certain style, then look for artists that do your sort of style in your city and go terrorize them. Go talk to them. See if you can vibe with them. Because again, it's like any other job. If you're not going to enjoy the environment, then it's no point. You're going to hate it. They're going to hate you. You're going to hate them. You're going to hate the job. In my case, I didn't know what style I wanted to do. I just wanted to tattoo. And I went in. I just brought my sketchbook, actually, which has everything.
Your sketchbook has everything, yeah.
Yeah, because I do like everything from characters and old school tattoo stuff-ish to the portrait stuff.
And the way that you approach portraits is pretty good for tattoos.
Yes.
Because you do this sort of like you block in different areas in a way that would help you as a stencil pretty much. It looks, because when you start off, it looks like a stencil, like the one to print on, you know. Like.
Yeah. And again, when I showed it, they asked me like, so how do you, like when you do a portrait, how do you do it? Because they loved the stuff. They thought it was really great and that's perfect. I didn't get the job first time. I had to nag like a lot. Just so we get that clear. But yeah, when I came in with it, they were really interested, and I explained how I did it, and they're like, "Well, you're like almost 50% there already. Like, guess that's exactly how you build up a portrait when you tattoo it." So that made them more confident in me.
Yeah. And
so after that, it was just pretty much nagging for a place because they didn't have a seat.
Yeah.
But then they just they took me in anyways because
he's awesome.
I'm a nagging bitch.
But I think one more thing that you should sort of think about when applying is that if you feel uncomfortable or insecure in drawing on paper, it's not going to get easier drawing on someone's skin with no sort of like erasing. No. Like there is no way to erase this. I don't think people are, I made a mistake. You can just laser that later. Yeah. That's not going to happen. That's not like...
And I guess this is a good tip too. And I'm only thinking of this because I told Sofia this earlier, that when you're doing sort of, we call it flash when you draw up a design for a tattoo. Mm-hmm. If you're doing stuff like that for a portfolio, keep in mind where you would put the tattoo and how that would work with the anatomy of the body. Like how does the muscle go on your arm, for example?
I'll show you on the podcast how my muscle the arms go.
And just, incorporate that movement, the flow of the body, And this is sort of a trade secret, so I'm not supposed to say stuff like this now. You're supposed to learn it when you're an apprentice. But there you go, free advice.
Boom.
Yeah, so work with the body when you're doing stuff. And again, like Ilias said, you're not drawing on paper, you're drawing on a 3D cylinder, elastic piece of... meat. Yeah, exactly. A slab of meat. It's way, way more difficult, but a lot more fun, too. Plus, you get to hurt people, which is great. Especially with all the washing machine issues, take it out on people.
Stabby, stabby.
No, but seriously.
They're all murderers, but when they get to tattoo, they're calm.
Yes. But yeah, research, pretty much. That's it. Research.
Sweet.
Sweet.
So, just to recap on some things regarding portfolios, we can say, have your contact info at the top, please, so that recruiters or whoever the hell is looking for you doesn't have to, because if they have to chase you, there's always going to be someone else.
Yeah.
Remember that. That's art.
Yes.
Like, it's a small industry, but there's a lot of us. Keep your site clean and user-friendly. So... people don't get, if you frustrate the people wanting to hire you, it's not gonna end up well for you.
No.
Have several like different portfolios that you sort of can aim to your clients. Okay, so no generic portfolios, please. And then also have a downloadable PDF at hand if your website sort of can offer it. And
yeah, and then the tattoo stuff.
Yeah, and then tattoo stuff.
Try to incorporate everything that you think you're pretty good at. And remember to look at other people's stuff and compare and be honest with yourself.
And maybe something that we should have mentioned at advancing in art as well was, and I think this could apply to tattoos, I have no freaking idea, but have a sort of, like, when you draw a face, have a system for how you do it, because it'll make it faster. Like anything you can put into a system, like I do this and then I add this and then I do this and then you have a face sort of like, you know, like drew the circle and then it's a fucking L pretty much.
Yep.
Have a way of like a process that sort of builds up your character. Because once you have a process, it can only get faster.
Yeah.
It's way harder if you're just going to make up a new way of doing it every time. It's not going to get fast. Like,
No. Yeah, if you know the basics,
yeah.
it's going to take you all the way. Like,
Yeah.
always.
And something we haven't touched upon is like it's really job specific, but what should you have in a portfolio might be something that people are wondering.
Yeah.
And when you, let's say for game art, I would really love to see how you sort of come up with your ideas. I don't need like your 50 sketches of that character, but it's nice to have like sort of like a build up, you know, like this was like some basic sketches I did, and then I took them to this stage, added this, you know, like, so you have like 3 steps at least. Just show how you build them. And it'd be nice to like, if you do 3D, maybe have like a high poly and a low poly for those of you, just to like show that I can do it in high poly, but I can make it look pretty cool in low poly as well, you know, like
the basic shapes.
Because yeah. And I like to see some process, you know, like how you build up a concept, because it's not enough sometimes to just draw an awesome picture of a city. You might need to sort of like walk around in that city. Like if you're building a game, you're not just like depending on the game, of course, but if you're going to make like a 3D sort of game where you sort of can walk around the city, it's not going to be enough to do like a side view, you know, like a like you might need to like sort of build on that environment sort of so that you can have several images where you sort of have like different views, you know, like one from above,
Moving
one
around.
from just like a little walk around. And the same thing with the characters, like turnarounds are never bad.
No.
Like if you can show that. So it's but it really does depend on the company and, you know,
what the job is.
what the job is. So always be like, listen to what your client is telling you, because usually there's like a work test where you can sort of like prove yourself further if they're unsure, but try to be as specific. You will never like if you're starting out, you might not have that specific portfolio, or you might not even know what you want, but try not to be lazy. Try to
It's gonna
aim
show.
it. Yeah, it's going to show. And I've seen, like, trust me, like I've done some of the recruitment here, like where we look at portfolios and like, is this, and then I hold some of the interviews, like one of the 6 interviews that we have.
But you still do it.
But I still do it, yeah. And I have to look, like, me and a girl named Sarah had to look through 50 portfolios, you know, like within a... And some people have... There's so much junk in there.
And that's the thing, like, because you're going to have 50 portfolios to look at, and you might only have one day to look at it.
To look
Like,
at it.
You
And
probably
when-
have a lot more than one day, but you might only have. So you need to be the guy that sticks out of this 50 people.
Yeah.
How do you do that? You need to have, again, what we said with the customizable sort of portfolio to make it
like
original. You know,
no, but if you have, if you're gonna apply to King and you have just like
a generic, boring,
like,
with no interesting work, then you have
that,
nothing.
that fits the company, because otherwise, like, it's not enough to say that, oh, but I can do this really advanced stuff, and I can also do your stuff, because I don't care about the advanced stuff.
No,
I
you're
want
gonna
you to
do
be
our
able to
stuff.
sort of deliver our stuff, So just keep that in mind, because I think that is where most portfolios sort of fail, where the work is like all over. Like you're trying to show me like, I don't need to see 4 knights. I don't need that. I don't need a dragon fighting a knight. Like, and don't, please, this is another one. Don't put half-assed sketches in there. That is super weird.
Yeah.
This guy drew like this knight, again with the knights, like knight, generic sword,
It was one of the
like
first things I
heroic
drew.
pose. Yeah, I know, but it's a common thing.
2001.
I don't know
think
why.
I
It has
drew
like some
the last
sort
one.
of armor, and he has the generic sword, and he has that stare into the nothing, and like heroic pose, and some sort of gradient, sometimes some flames in the back for no reason. And I don't know, it does not belong.
Yeah, you're not creating night games.
And the thing is,
yeah.
sometimes they're not even done. Sometimes they're like sort of like not even painterly. You just see that it's sort of a sketch.
Okay.
And it's, I don't mind sketches, don't get me wrong. I really want to see, like, if you're doing concept work and you can show me like a couple of quick sort of,
Yeah, because
like,
that
rough
shows
stuff.
that shows a lot of skill. Too.
Definitely, like, show me like 20-minute sketches where you sort of like give me a visual of like a, you know, like a city that is sort of aimed to whatever the hell my company's looking for.
Yeah.
That is cool. I love that. But I would rather just, you know, not see that night. That has nothing to do with the job you're applying for. So try to keep those things in mind.
Yeah.
Because you're pissing me off. No, but the thing is, it's like watching the Idol jury.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, they've had like 100 people. And then, you know, like, you get frustrated. Like, even if you don't want to, when people send you stuff that does not belong.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, I haven't been in the industry so long, so my portfolio is a bit rough. No, you create your portfolio. You don't have to have the jobs. I don't care if you worked. If I'm looking for a junior or something, I don't really care if you've worked before, you know.
No.
I just want to see that you're sort of...
If you got the skills.
Yeah,
then...
if you got the skills. I'm not going to assume you have the skills just because you can draw a super fancy, shiny knight. You know,
no. Hell no.
I want to see you actually do it.
Yeah.
So it is very, very tricky.
Yes, it is.
And also, at King, we are looking for a UI and UX artist. And this is not like a pure artist position. This is a UI UX position that we're looking for, or several maybe. I need to double check that. I think we're also looking for a contractor 3D artist for a limited time. So if anyone's interested, write to hello@sketchbookheroes.com and I will hook you up.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna write. Scooby-Doo, guys.
Scooby-Doo, guys.
Scooby-Doo, guys.
That's what I heard.
Screw you.
Scooby-Doo!
Screw you and the horse you drove in on. Rode in on.
Yeah, I'm drove in on. My mighty steed.
What's that show called? Remember the with the robot horse? The cowboy?
Brave Star.
Yes. Oh, man. Best.
Brave Star.
No.
Brave Star.
Oh, so good. So good.
And we'll have a break and we'll be back with our tools.
Toolies.
And we're back.
Woo!
And before we dive into tools,
Woohoo! Sorry.
I just want to say, if we sounded like very serious and a bit like on the negative side, it's because I really want you guys to succeed. And if you take it seriously and do the groundwork before you send in your application, do the research, do the work, and then send up a portfolio, you will most likely succeed. It's not about being the best, it's about being the person that can do what they want you to do.
Yeah.
So just aim it to what they want. That is the most important thing. And now we dive into tools.
Yeah, tools. And you just bought some new toys.
I did.
Would you like to take us through your journey, Ilias?
Yes. I was on Instagram and Pen Store, just like, oh, we finally got PanPastels. And I've seen Bouquet, super awesome artist.
Very
we'll
good.
Try
Check
to
her out.
have her on the show. But she uses them. And also Eric Jones, is that his name? Like a painter on Instagram as well.
Oh, I don't know.
Who cares? He's super good. And he also uses them. And I was super like, I really wanted to try them. And then Pen Store announced now that they like ordered
got
them and they had like a discount on them. And I had 500 crowns, which is like $70.
It's $50 now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
It's
the
down to-
dollar is
Oh,
freaking high.
okay.
Or, yeah.
Yeah. And I had this like the blah, 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 what is
Gift
it
card?
called? Gift card, thank you. That my wife gave me for Christmas. Thank you, honey.
Best wife ever. Sarah, take notes.
Take notes, woman. And yeah, she gave me this gift card and I didn't have anything to use it on. And now I did. I got there was a small pack of like 5 colors, and one was like transparent, and there was a 20 pack for 700 crowns.
Ooh.
So I used my 500 and then added a little, and I got it.
Nice.
And I had a live stream this weekend,
Yeah, I missed it.
and I've only used them on my sketchbook, my purple sketchbook right now, and I'm just saying, oh my god. Like, I can't describe, like, this is not sponsored. This is me being excited, okay?
He's
Best friggin' art
stuttering.
tool. Yeah, like, you know, I was at the store, at Penn Store.
Yeah.
I was super excited, and I really just wanted to go home and try them. I think I got them on Tuesday, and I couldn't use them until Friday.
Really?
Yeah.
So you had to wait the whole week?
Yes. And that sucked. But I finally got to use them on Friday, like, evening, I think. Or night, when the family was asleep. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do like a sneaky live stream where I sort of whisper and, you know, paint.
Okay, we're gonna paint.
Yeah, so I took like an old sketch that I had, the one Come At Me Bro.
Oh, yeah.
That one, it was just like liners, or like the mica pens that I like. And I was like, I'm going to paint this one. And the best thing about these PanPastels, like, you can block in like a lot of color. You have these sponges.
Yeah, I saw the sponge
Yeah,
on
it
your
looks like
thing.
makeup pretty much. They come in like the cylinders. Like you grab some, like the color comes off really easy. You just like, you can even dab and get color, you know, like super light.
Nice.
And you can fill out like big areas like really fast. And it's sort of like, it can create like this foggy effect where you sort of, you know, you cover your sketch. But then you can actually take like one of those mica gel sort of ink pens and go over it on the fucking PanPastel.
Really?
Yes.
So it's dry, or
No, it's not. You can smear it the fuck out. I ruined the eyes and the nose like 6 times each because I forgot, and I sort of like rested my hand on my piece. Oh wow, that sounded great. But the thing is, you can't smear it.
Yeah.
So you should probably do something when you're done. I don't care. It's my sketchbook. I sort of wanted to get messy. But I like I said, I redrew the nose and the eyes 6 times. I counted. But you can actually paint over the PanPastels with markers. You can paint over them with, like, you'll ruin the nibs of the markers, definitely, I think. But you can still, like, add details, and sort of, like, when I use any type of liner, or they just paint straight over them.
really?
Yeah, so you can get those darks in for the details and everything.
Cool.
So I really just, like, blocked in the face, and I posted it on the Instagram, the Sketchbook Heroes Instagram page. And you have a little picture there of a girl's face and a lot of little watercolor looking
Yeah, the big
things. Yeah,
the big blocks.
Yeah, the big blocks. And that's the PanPastels.
Yeah.
And they come with like tons of different sponges that you can use. And I know you can buy some other ones as well that are a bit more like a sponge sort of sharpened, you know, like for like finer detail and stuff.
Can you use normal pencils, like brushes? I mean, sorry.
For them?
Yeah.
I haven't tried. Like, I think that it's easier to apply them with something that is a bit
Spongy.
stiffer. Yeah.
Okay.
Like stiffer in its like consistency, you know, like, because I think the brush would sort of like break apart. Like,
Yeah.
you wouldn't apply it as, like, you get some friction with the sponges, you know,
Yeah.
because they come in some different sizes as well.
All right.
And the pack that I bought, I got so much stuff. Like, I think like 10 or something of this like little wider one. It looks like a palette knife or something, you know, like, but like a small one. And I got like 3 little makeup things. It looks like a little like brush with a, like on the photo on the Sketchbook Heroes page. There's that little one, and then just like some free sponges that you can use, you know, like immediately, like a triangular one, a round one, and an oval one, or something like that. But oh my god, they're so good. And I tried them in our purple sketchbooks, and dude, they are magic, and the colors are so damn vibrant.
Yeah, it looked almost photoshopped. It looked
Yes.
like one of the ones that you took a picture of your phone sketchbook and then painted it
And painted over it,
Procreate
right?
or whatever. Yeah.
Exactly, and that's the vibe I'm getting as well. And I can do this sort of like I do in Photoshop sometimes. I take every time actually. I take this big airbrush and I sort of block in, you know, the main light and the sort of and the shadow, and I get like you get the volume really fast, and then you can go in with a hard-edged brush and sort of cut out shapes. Yeah, and here I can do the same thing pretty much, and color pencils go over it, like all of it. Just you can get that. Oh, it's so good. Like I can't.
Ilias is excited. If you didn't notice.
Yeah. So right now, I think this is like my favorite like traditional tool. Like,
shut your mouth.
No, but it's like this is like top 3. I'm not kidding.
I
Like,
need to
they're
try them. I
super
need to
good.
try them. I need to get
Because
my
right
own.
now it's like color pencils. Like right now I use polychromos from Faber-Castell. I don't even know how you pronounce that, but that is one of my main tools. Copics, and now PanPastels.
Sweet.
Jeebus, they're good. I'm not kidding. Like if you get a chance to try them out, do it.
Nice.
And they're gonna probably last forever in the way that I draw, you know.
Yeah.
But it's super nice to sort of like, if you want to paint a portrait and then you sort of want to fade some of it, you can do that. Like you can fucking get, like, let's say I do a portrait, but I want the main focus to be like the face. I can sort of like, let's say I painted the hair some, but I can sort of like go in with the big sponge and sort of like fade it out like along the side.
So it's like charcoal then, I guess, almost.
But
It works
not
in the
disgusting, yeah.
Same way.
Yeah, but it can, and it's so good. And I, like I said, I accidentally messed up the face 6 times.
Yeah.
Like on the eyes, where I sort of smeared and gave them like this hazy look, you know, like the. And then I just colored them in again, like the edges, and I was good. And I did that with the nose, and I did it 6 times, and it was still not a problem because the PanPastels are really like friendly to the paper and to your tools. And I usually just dry my pens off, just, you know, like I have a piece of paper there that I can sort of dry it off. And the sponges are washable with soap and water. And now to the best things. Sorry, Copic, but you lose on this one. These are light fast. So they will sort of last, where Copics will sort of lose their magic with time as
These
they're
ones are
exposed to light.
Keep going and going.
Yeah. So these colors are way more vibrant, and they make, and you know, like sometimes Copics, you can paint, like you can paint with Copics in the sketchbook, but they won't be vibrant because the paper, you know, like it, these ones will. So if you want to like boost the color, the PanPastels are
Nice.
super awesome. Yeah.
I wish I used color.
You can buy the grayscale.
Yeah, I will. Like,
Because there is a pack, I think you just like the 5 colors.
Nice. Well, I am actually using colors in the...
And also there was a discount on the PanPastels at the pen store, so it was awesome.
Maybe I should go by there tomorrow, actually.
They don't have them in store though, you have to order them online right now.
But I still want to go.
Oh, yeah, definitely go.
So I'm going to take Sofia tomorrow.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, have her buy some new art supplies. I actually asked her, by the way,
Yeah?
if we're gonna, what her main inspiration, because I know she's like a bit of a manga nerd, like inspiration-wise, where she draws. But I asked her specifically, like, where do you get your inspiration? What sort of... And it's just from pictures. She hasn't watched anime. She hasn't read any mangas.
No.
She's just, like, sort of found some images online and then sort of, like, just...
And I think she sees a lot of other artists, like copies other artists
Yeah,
that do
that's what I mean. That's what I
manga
mean.
type stuff. Yeah. Yeah,
But
yeah.
you know how we started. We started off with cartoons.
Yeah.
And
This
you
is
know,
a
like,
different generation.
This is a different generation where she sort of like just saw an artist do it, and then she just, that wasn't me. I
No.
didn't see no artist. I saw
No.
cartoons.
The only way we could see artists was buying magazines.
No,
Pretty
we
much.
did not buy magazines because I think the only
There
one we
weren't any
bought was
magazines.
like Turtles, the comic.
Spawn.
No, but I mean earlier than that.
yeah.
And
Tintin.
and Nintendo magazine. Yeah, you bought
Oh,
Tintin
yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
But the old Swedish Nintendo magazine.
Oh, yeah.
Because it
What was
had,
that
you know,
called?
Nintendo.
Edge? Was it called Nintendo?
No, Edge was later. It was a PlayStation and everything.
Oh,
But
okay.
Nintendo was mainly because that was the only console that was out that was mainstream popular, I guess.
I didn't have many of those magazines, actually.
You
but
didn't?
yeah. No,
we
I
bought
think,
them. Yeah,
I
we
only
bought
read them
them.
at your
Yeah.
place.
Because we bought those, and they had, like, you know, graphics from all these games.
Mm-hmm.
And since they were all mostly 2D games,
Yeah,
they
awesome
were awesome.
stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah, but that wrapes up PanPastels
And Sofia.
and Sofia. But I just wanted to make that connection that
Yeah,
it's
but
so
that was
different.
great.
Yeah.
I haven't actually talked to her much about stuff like that. We more talk about creating than her thought process. But that's fuck you. I will talk to her more. Sorry, Sofia. I will pay more attention.
I will.
But yeah, so that was the PanPastels for you. For me,
Yeah, exactly.
I can't really say what the paper is called. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, but my girlfriend's dad used to work for a big paper company in Denmark that shipped out, and I think they printed stuff also. But they had like access to pretty much everything. I think you've seen a lot of the more fun papers that I've used way in the past. But he brought me like some really nice, I think like 180 gram watercolor paper, like really thick boards. And he brought them in A4, A3, and A2 size.
Oh shit! You have.
Yeah. So I can do like big stuff. They are really good, but they're also not what I'm used to. So I don't know if you've seen the latest piece I'm doing. I'm working on an A3 size of that type of paper. But it's a little bit like, it's not glossy. I think it's the wrong word to say, but it's a little bit glossy. Like,
does it have like tooth? Is it grainy? You know what I mean? Does it have texture?
Much, but it has texture, but it doesn't have any like bite in that way. So it's almost like a normal piece of paper, like a normal print paper.
Okay.
But thicker, and it has like...
It has some finish to it or something?
Wrinkly texture.
Okay.
So if you look at it, you would think that it's a normal watercolor paper.
Yeah.
But when you start, like when you draw with a marker on it, the marker doesn't stick 100%. So you can smudge stuff.
Okay. So it's like a little whiteboard sort of thing going to it.
But you just let it dry for a bit and then it sticks.
Yeah.
But so I've been experimenting on doing like a Logan piece and experimenting with a lot of stuff and really going nuts with different markers. I posted a picture with all the markers that I have used. And it's getting a little bit grainy, like this.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I hate that though.
The way you explained the moleskin.
Yeah, exactly that thing.
Like you get the little dots or whatever in it.
Yeah, you get that grain.
But it's really fun experimenting with that sort of default in the paper. So like, because I did it all in grayscale and the picture that I'm using as reference has color in it. So I'm like going over with the different colors now and just trying to blend the grayscale with the colors. Really cool. Like I'm using a really light pink to blend in and get some sort of skin tone into it. And it works great. It's almost the way I would use a coal gray 1 over a grayscale piece. Very nice.
And also usually on most paper, even moleskin, the lighter values like 1 to 3 work. And then 4 to like start distorting and breaking up and getting that sort of diluted grainy look.
Yeah, but so I just pretty much what I wanted to say was thanks, Dad. It's my stepdad.
Yeah, we can't recommend the paper because we have no idea.
Not my stepdad. What's he called?
In-law.
In-law, yes, my in-law. Hans Henrik, thank you very much. You're the man.
You're the man.
Because she actually drove it all the way from Denmark. Like, it means a lot.
How much paper did you get?
A lot.
Oh, really? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then bring some next time. I'll try it.
Yeah, you should.
And then it's going to be super awesome, and we're never going to find it again because we have no idea what it is.
No, and now he stopped working for that company, so I'm not getting it.
So he can't get it? No, but he can't get the name? Would be...
the name is on the packs.
Oh.
So it is, like, I'm going to get the name.
Okay.
And he probably knows the exact name of that specific type of paper and everything, so if I just ask
That's not on
him,
the box?
It's not a box, it's just a package.
Oh, okay.
So it's the name of the company that makes the paper.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, so thanks a lot, and stay tuned to see how my Logan piece is gonna turn out. I'm not gonna do a live stream. I was thinking of doing a live stream with it, but I need to focus a lot because Like seriously, this portrait took me maybe 3 times longer than normal because of the difference in paper and everything.
Definitely affects.
So I had
the
to
flow.
rethink everything. But I am gonna post the process on Behance eventually. I have taken pictures from the just covering the paper with a mixture of water and ink to get a little gray drippy type feel, and then all the way from there. So from scratch to the finished piece is coming to Behance in a short time.
Yeah.
Also posting on Instagram, obviously. So go to Robert Ekblom _art.
Yeah.
That's where I do the artsy stuffs.
And before we move on, I would just like to say that, again, thank you so much. We got more votes on iTunes. Super appreciated. Please keep them coming. Because if we can get good rating on iTunes, we can also reach more artists. And keep doing this.
Yeah.
And
it's fantastic. It's so fun to read. Like, it just makes our
super
day.
fun, yeah. Because you never know what to expect. And some days you log in and you're like, oh my god, someone wrote something new.
Yeah.
And you guys have been really kind and we really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And thank you so much. People have started reaching out a lot.
Yeah. More of that, please.
Yes, more of that. We're super excited. We try to reply as fast as we can.
Yeah.
Like what we still can. And like we've gotten emails, we've gotten Facebook messages, we've gotten Instagram messages, we've gotten like
everything.
Yeah. And tons of activity on the contest, like everywhere we've posted it. You guys have been awesome.
So yeah, just a gigantic thank you from us.
Big thanks. And if you want to follow Sketchbook Heroes and just discover the podcast with no sort of, previous reference, you can find us at Sketchbook Heroes on Instagram and sketchbookheroes.com.
It'll take you to the Facebook page.
Yeah. Which is our main page.
Yeah.
All info is there. We have a sticky post with the links to the podcast on iTunes and SoundCloud. And if you want to find our personal stuff, I'm at Ilias Patlis on both Twitter and Instagram. So if you have Twitter, I would really love you to connect. Because I know a lot of you follow me on Instagram. But if you have Twitter, at Ilias Patlis.
Yes. And you have to write it in Greek.
In Greek, yeah.
Yeah. No.
Portfolio.
And if you want to find me, I am at Rob Ekblom. That would take you to both of my 2 accounts on Instagram and Twitter. I'm not very active on Twitter. I've never really pursued Twitter that much. But I will be if you start writing to me, because then I have a reason to be. So yeah, please reach out, and looking forward to it.
Yeah. And welcome back to Retro. We're not the roulette anymore.
No, but I still want to do the... It's funny.
So today we're going to talk about the NES from Nintendo, the Nintendo Entertainment System.
The thing that pretty much exploded our brains all over everything. Yes.
I don't remember when we bought it. It came out in 83 in Japan, I think, right?
86.
86 Europe?
Yeah.
Or was it the rest of the world?
Europe and Sweden.
Okay, cool. I don't really know when my parents bought it. It was 5 or 6 when we got it. I have a photo. I will post it. Because I still don't know how old I was there, but my mom probably knows.
Yeah, and I don't know when we got it either. I think we probably bought it... Well, if I know my dad correctly, then we probably bought it at least within a year of its release.
Of its release, yeah.
I think so. My dad's the biggest gaming nerd ever.
Did you get the Super Mario Duck Hunt sort of cassette with both games in it and the gun?
No. We bought the gun separately. And we didn't have a specific cassette sort of game for the gun. We had that 64, a compilation game.
Yeah, the compilation with like the 60 games or something like that. Yeah, I love that. I was very jealous that you had so many games.
And it had Duck Hunt. It had some
Gun Ho. What was that? The Blah Blah's Alley something.
Yeah, yes.
Gunhole's
Alley, something like that.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
And a third one.
Did you have the gray gun or the red gun?
The red gun.
Oh, okay, you had the red gun as well.
The classic.
Who the hell had the gray one? I don't remember. Someone had it.
Well, the red one is gray.
but there's an entirely gray one, like dark gray.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, the red one is way nicer.
I don't think I've ever seen the gray one. I can't remember.
I think there is.
Cool.
If I'm not misremembering now, like childhood memories getting all jumbled. Because the picture that I have of me and my brother is actually unboxing our Nintendo for the first time.
Awesome.
And don't ask me how we knew that Santa Claus brought that. Like, we saw the shape, like a big square box. And I think that's the only thing my parents bought me because it was fucking expensive.
Oh, yeah.
And my parents have never been, like, earning a lot of money.
No,
but
same here.
I don't even know how they fucking heard of it. I don't know how we heard of it. Because, like, my memories back then have nothing. Like, that far back, I don't remember, like, why we would know what year it was.
No.
Why? I just remember the opening of the box and that Santa Claus was standing in the hallway and that we were getting it. That's all I remember.
For me, it was always in my life, so it was before I could even remember unboxing it.
Yeah. No.
I remember my sister and my dad played, like, Gunsmoke constantly.
Gunsmoke.
My sister just murdered that game. She was so good. I hated her for it.
Was there an end?
Yeah,
there was.
I'm pretty sure.
I never finished it because games back then.
And I didn't finish
unforgiving motherfucking games.
And still is today. Like, they're so difficult.
Dude, we bought the Batman. Batman.
Oh shit! Yeah, we had that one too.
Until we figured out that you could fucking climb the walls, we got to that point, and then we couldn't get up the fucking wall.
Yeah.
And there was no explanation anywhere that we couldn't speak English. I don't know if it was like written out or something.
In the book. Yeah.
And me and Mario from work, Mario that actually, does the intro voice.
Yeah.
We were like, he's like, I brought my Nintendo. We can like play during lunch. And we can play a few games. And we were super excited. So we plug in the NES actually.
Nice.
And we suck so hard. We play that one and Ghouls and Ghosts or Goose and Goblins, whatever the fuck. They were called something different on the NES and the Super NES.
Oh, okay.
And both were like, oh yeah, I was super good at this, blah, 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 blah. Didn't pass the first level. Yeah, we didn't pass the first level. Like, shit was coming at us from everywhere, and no one knew where they were going.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Just look at games today. They look amazing, but they're super simple.
Super simple. Like,
you
it doesn't
play through
matter.
a game in a couple of hours sometimes.
Yeah, you don't even have to worry about dying. You'll probably just...
And then go back and you have 3 lives. And then you're dead, and then you have to start.
Infinite lives. Oh, you mean like the old ones?
Yeah, the old ones.
Yeah, the old ones. You
and
just
you
had your lives and then and you really had to work to get an extra one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, because I remember stories with my dad and my uncle. They were like plowing through Link or Zelda, the
first one, the side scrolling,
the gold cassette one.
Oh, I was so jealous of the gold cassette one. Does it have that little hole also on the case?
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Oh.
I want I'm pretty sure somebody's probably stolen it or blended out at some point. We don't have it anymore.
Shit. Yeah,
we don't have it. But he just told me the story of like they went he went to my uncle's house and they played this game for like a week straight. They took turns sleeping because they were like, we're going to go and we're going to defeat this boss. Then they had to go and collect lives and build up their armory and stuff. And they just spent hours upon hours upon hours just collecting lives and doing this.
Tapani, you're such a nerd!
But it's like, that's such a cool thing.
Yeah.
Like, remember back in those days,
But, oh shit, my dad used to play as well. Like, he loved this game, Tiger Heli.
Tiger Alley?
Heli. Like helicopter.
Ah.
But he loved that game, and he would, like, we would go to sleep, and the Nintendo was in our room, so he would just, like, sit there, like, put the volume down and just play.
Costas. You son of a bitch.
Yes. But I think it's really cool that our parents played a lot of games.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're gonna just like take it around to us again and how it sort of inspired us to do art, what would you say are like main elements that were like from video games that sort of made you like artsy?
Artsy. I don't know. I think it's, well, you know, it was a living cartoon that you could control.
Yeah. Ooh, yes. That
So,
is nicely put.
For me, that was amazing, and like I said, like it's always been in my life, and I don't know. I think at some point my dad told me that, you know, there are people making these games.
Yeah.
That
Like you didn't think that far.
Of
Yeah.
course not. But my parents have always been really good with me, especially with movies and stuff, because I got
Yeah.
to watch a lot of like old grown-up movies like Jaws and Aliens
But
and all of
so
this.
did I until
we
I
were
have
kids.
friends over, because then my parents were like, "Oh,
Well, for me, my parents didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
I mean, we always saw the scary stuff in my house.
Mhm,
But they
and
were
then-
always like, when I was really young, they always told me, you know, that's only makeup and that's only this. And that made me sort of not necessarily think that I could work with it, but I think somewhere in my brain,
It started a process. Yeah,
but opened up my imagination, definitely, the games. So just, you know, endless creativity is what Nintendo is, for me, at least.
yeah. But I think that sort of like as the years passed as well, you could control more advanced movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But Nintendo really did set the sort of the standard back then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they set
And,
the bar
yeah.
big time.
Because, oh man, I remember playing games, you know, like adventure games. Like one was Faxanadu, and it's just like, oh my god. And I try to draw the things. Like, I don't remember what it looks like now. It's probably shit. But it's still like, you know, like I wanted to draw Super Mario. I wanted to draw these like fun backgrounds from Super Mario 2, for example, that I really loved.
Yeah.
And they just kept coming, you know, like there were so many games. Like I even drew the Nintendo, like the gun.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I thought it was super cool. And
It's
now
sort of a reoccurring thing through, I can see it throughout our history, or your art history,
but it's
with...
super cool. Yeah, with Clint Eastwood.
I love. I would love for
should've
you to redo
that.
it.
Yeah, 'cause
like
it's
make it into a
garbage.
proper one.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
'Cause
Because
that-
that one went like
Yeah.
the internet loved it.
Yes.
Should probably finish that
Yeah.
and make it better. Or like actually
Redo it. I would
yeah.
say.
I
and do
no,
one
I
of
need
those
to redo it.
comparisons.
I need to redo it.
Because
Yeah.
I've wanted to do one of those. I've seen a lot of them recently with the, 10 years ago and now. That comparison.
Ooh, yeah. And I've also seen another thing that Max Grecke sort of started doing.
Mm-hmm.
Max Grecke does like these awesome voluminous characters.
Yeah.
And what he did was sort of like they do like you do one character versus the character that I choose. So they did like the Hulk versus Old Man Logan, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's two different artists. Like Max Grecke did the Hulk, and I don't remember the other guy's name. Sorry, that did Old Man Logan. You
So
know,
they collaborated on one piece.
on one piece. Yeah. So you
Really?
draw yours, I draw mine, like facing each other, and then they sort of like. And he said like, "Oh, please do it and tag me and hashtag blah 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 whatever it
Cool.
was."
Cool
But
concept.
it was a fun concept. Yeah.
Nice.
So you choose your battle, and then you just draw one character each.
Nice.
So-
Yeah, and tying back into art, I remember vividly looking through the what do you call them? The books that came with the games. You
The
know?
booklet.
The
yeah.
booklet, yeah, because it always had some really cool artwork
Yeah,
in
it did. Like some just had plain text, but
Yeah,
but you were always
there was
excited
always-
about those good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that had like
and
some
that
more.
inspired me a lot too.
Ah man, I remember. I used to draw like I don't remember if it was Zelda or which one it was. That had like little items and they were explained, and I thought they looked so nice. So I was
Yes.
drawing like little bottles of potions and stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember those too.
Mm-hmm. Don't remember if it was that game specifically, but it really like the game universe introduced me to so much art
Mm-hmm.
that I would never have been sort of introduced to if
No.
it wasn't to that. So yeah, I don't know, and it just grew with the years, like with every new generation of console, you know, like oh
yeah.
man, and it's just like it just got better and better.
Yeah. But still looking back, I think I had the best memories from the NES and SNES.
I think that was back when were like it was still magic. Like
Yeah.
you could still get mind blown.
I mean, it's also PlayStation with the Resident Evil games.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
doing
definitely.
stuff like
Shit,
that.
that
But,
like that first zombie you encounter.
oh man, so good.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, when games could sort of like scare the living fucking jeebus out of you. You
Yeah.
know, like oh man,
Amazing.
yeah.
But yeah, just those endless summers of just sitting playing games and then going out
I
doing
really
shit.
miss
and
that. I
Me
really
too.
miss that.
Yeah. Just remember not having a care in the world and doing whatever the fuck you wanted,
Yeah.
and then having mom cook for you. Ah, cool.
Yeah. But I guess that wraps it up for today, man.
Yeah.
Like
Just-
we could probably ramble on about Nintendo
Yes.
forever, but I'll get back to you on the Nintendo Switch when I get it.
Yeah.
If I get it, depending on the pre-orders, how that is gonna work.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah.
Any final words? Where can they find you?
Yeah, if you want to find me, talk to me, or just see my stuff, Rob Ekblom, EKBLOM, on Instagram or Twitter. And where can they find you if they want to talk to you?
Instagram and Twitter at Ilias Patlis.
So, yeah, by now I think you should recognize our voices.
Yes. And also, if you want to reach out to Sketchbook Heroes, just reach us at sketchbookheroes.com or hello@sketchbookheroes.com.
You heard it. Hello at sketchbookheroes.com.
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
And with those last words, we fly into infinity.
And washing machines. Yeah, clean clothes.
Yay! Robert doesn't smell funky.
Whoop, whoop. Or I still do, but it doesn't matter because now I can. Yeah.
Ha.
Oh.
Worst.
To infinity and,
To infinity and
out,
beyond.
Out
To
into the
infinity and
world.
beyond. Makes no sense.
No.